Originally, I grew up in Greenwood. I spent all my life there and then moved to Franklin to attend Franklin College, which is a small, about 1,000 student liberal art college where I studied both computer science and software engineering. So in my comfort zone, I'm more okay with kind of forcing an issue and trying to figure it out myself, even if it takes me a long time. But I've noticed here at EImagine, especially and working through the E3 program, that we really want to kind of ask when we need help instead of just going through it ourselves. I was under the assumption that it was mostly hard skills like learning how to code and working with clients, but a lot of E3, especially early on, was developing soft skills. So we spent a good couple weeks to maybe closer to a month just solely learning soft skills like effectively managing time, especially now that we've moved to a remote workplace. That's kind of something that's different. Kind of handling not only clients but also relationships within your team so that you can communicate effectively and efficiently to get through your work, and just other soft skills that you really don't think about but you use and you kind of need to develop as you move into a more business role. And that's not something that I expected at all from E3. Yet we spent a third of the time that we had for E3 um, to just develop these skills. I think this one is a very easy to answer question. I think the little core E3 team that we had, with the five of us, was probably the best thing that we could have pulled out of that, because that you have a link to people that you know that you worked through and struggled problems with for months that you can now go back to in the company and be like, do you remember this? Or can you help me out here? Um, Spending that time with people and kind of working together is something that is rare. It's rarely that you get something that close. We actually ended up working together we talked to our lead, and he encouraged us to meet half an hour to an hour every day just to discuss social things with us. So we'd spend a good portion of our lunch break or a good portion of the afternoon just talking about us as people so that we could work together later down the road as coworkers. So it was a really good experience to have and be encouraged that your lead is more than okay to kind of let you have some of that personal time and talk to the teammates that you need to talk to and learn about before you kind of truly work with them. I would definitely consider talking to someone in the company as you're considering EImagine. I think that hearing what their experiences were with E3 if they went through it, or EImagine as they're working through it, is probably one of the best experiences that you can get as someone not inside the company, because you get to really know the company's culture. You get to know how your workday will look like, and just a lot of information that otherwise you wouldn't really get to understand. And everyone here that I've met has been very open and friendly and more than willing to not only explain what the role is, but how the company's culture is and anything that they kind of want to discuss before onboarding somebody. I think that everyone here has just been super, super friendly, and it's crazy how friendly people have been. I would say that worthwhile is probably the best descriptive word that you can probably use to especially describe E3. Not only do you have all of this training that you get 3 months, at least for my program, 3 months of not only soft skills but also hard skills. So we did truly learn how to use the tools that we use here at EImagine. But you also get that social group that you all kind of start from and kind of get to develop, and all of these people at the company that you slowly get to rotate through and meet and interview and see what they do and what projects they're on and how friendly everybody is. I think that getting that E3 experience where you're not stressed out about what your next day is going to be like, but more like looking forward to kind of where you're going to be, is something that I'm glad that I partook in.